Welcome to my first ever Q&A video. I will finally answer some questions that I get a lot on YouTube comments and on Instagram, like what happened to the girl, what would I do if I started from zero today, and many more interesting questions about the digital nomad lifestyle after my 4 years experience. But let's go straight into it, and the first question is, how much did you save initially before moving to Southeast Asia, and when did your cash flow start coming in? So yeah, I moved to Bali quite spontaneously. I wasn't really planning to do it yet, but I had some new internet friends that happened to be moving also at the moment, and Bali opened up during the pandemic. So I was like, okay, maybe I should just take the leap and go, not plan this whole like major plan of like saving money, doing some like a summer job or something before coming here for like a month and try it. I just went straight in. And at that point, I only had $3,000 in my bank account and I didn't have any income basically. I was already building my Instagram page and like trying to make business out of it for like year or two before that. So it was in pretty good shape, but I wasn't making any money at that point. So it wasn't looking too good, but yeah, when I was here and meeting a lot of people and like getting so inspired and a lot of like information from other people, how they make money, and just like being in this scenery and being able to like, yeah, it was so motivating. So I actually started making money the first few months already, like nothing crazy, but like $500 to $1,000 per month from some collaborations. I was doing like photo shoots for brands and stuff like that back then. So yeah, maybe I was just lucky in the end of the day, and also everything was so much cheaper back then during the pandemic, but still I feel like taking the leap sometimes can be the right decision, but definitely would recommend do some preparation, not just coming here like without having any business or anything yet and start building here. It's probably not the best decision. And I have seen many people who did that then leave after a few months because they run out of money. And the next question is, for a freelance video editor, which location has the best community of digital nomads? And this is a easy answers here in Canggu, Bali. I would definitely recommend, like, especially in this kind of situation, if you have some kind of freelancing job and you wanna try to build your business and find new clients, to come first to Canggu, because it's just the best community. Like, there's so many people having different businesses, and like it's just the best ever place to network and find clients and all that. Like, you go to the co-working space like Tribal, you just meet so many people. Work, any co-working space, cafes like Open House, and like just in the gyms and paddle. Even, for example, one woman from my community is starting a YouTube channel, looking at the moment for someone to hire to help her to learn the editing process and everything like that, and edit for her. So yeah, it's definitely the number one place to be. But yeah, the next question is, how do you deal with people coming and going / lack of community as a nomad? It's definitely a problem anywhere. Even if you stay long term in one place, most of the friends you make, they end up leaving at one point. But what I would say after 4 years, that it's not a big problem in the end of the day, because when you live here longer, you meet more people who actually base here, or like anytime I go to these like similar destinations, there's some friends there that I already met before. So it's not too bad, but obviously like having a partner, it helps a lot, because you have your one person who's always with you, and then all the other relationships is addition to that. And the next question is, best city to live in as a digital nomad in North America or Europe? So yeah, if I would live in the US, I would definitely, I think, live in Miami, but I'm not expert on that. I've never been there, so not much to say about that. Just definitely would find a place that I can meet a lot of like-minded people, and like it's just really helpful. Like, you get inspired, you feel good when you're around people who have like similar mindset and like doing similar things. It's really beneficial. In Europe, I would definitely check Marbella. I'm actually going there in a few weeks. That's really beautiful place, and many entrepreneurs nowadays there. So yeah, going to Spain, somewhere like that, could be really good. Of course, there's places like Lisbon. I used to live in Lisbon for like 5 months back in the day. It's a nice place. I personally would probably go to Marbella. Like, it's a good balance. Like, it's not too big place, so you can find your people, and it's really beautiful and nice place to live. Can be a little bit pricey. Of course, there's many cities in the Central Europe that you can check that are popular, like Budapest, Prague. But I wouldn't enjoy living in those kind of cities. But yeah, Europe, for me, it's Marbella, or maybe going to Gran Canary or something like that in Las Palmas. Like, there's good digital nomad community in those kind of places, on the islands, in Tenerife also. Like, there's definitely many places that are pretty good. But generally, if you don't need to live in Europe, it's probably like so much better and cheaper to live in Asia. And the next question is, do you ever get homesick If so, how do you manage this? So yeah, I'm super used to this lifestyle at the moment, and in the beginning it was more of a problem. The first like 6 months I sometimes felt super duper homesick when I didn't yet have like deep connections and good friendships here especially. But nowadays, like, not really. Like, I really love my life here, and like I understand why I don't want to live back home, because I just feel so much better here. It's more suitable like place to live for me with the lifestyle and nature and everything like that. But of course I still like have really good friends. My best friend is in Finland. I have my family there, and I still enjoy going there every now and then. And so far for me it has been pretty perfect to go once a year for around 1 month in Finland. I really do enjoy that, and I feel like I have still like a connection with people there like every year. Obviously it's not like the best situation to meet your closest friends like once a year, but when I go to Finland I meet them a lot. Like, I really prioritize meeting the people like all the time, and I spend a lot of quality time with them. And the next question is, when South America have you thought about moving and trying nomad life in South America? So yeah, I'm actually going next year in the beginning of the year for a long trip in Central and South America. Super excited for that. I'm a bit worried, of course, for the safety reasons and all that, but should be fine. I'm going with Dim, you probably know from the previous videos. But yeah, I'm super excited to see all those places. There's like many incredible looking places, so we'll see how it is. I think long term, as like a person who's not from the US and no reason to be close there or on that time zone, I probably wouldn't ever like end up moving there or staying like super long in that area of the world, because Asia is just so good with the people, safety, lifestyle, like affordability and all this. So it's hard to compare, or like hard to find a place that would be better than Asia. Is just so good here. And the next question is, do you have employees? And the answer is that no, so far I still do everything on my own. It's not actually that much work at this point when I do full-time YouTube since over a year ago. I don't work that much, but it's definitely a bit of like, there's so many things to do, like different things. I need to film and plan and like edit the videos. I need to plan and take the thumbnail picture and edit it, and do like all the videos I do for my school community, film them, edit them, plan them. I need to do quite much, like different things. So it's a bit overwhelming sometimes, and I feel like I could do way better job of like specific things if I would hire someone to help with those. But nowadays also AI helps so much. I use ChatGPT a lot. So what in the past I would have probably already hired like a virtual assistant, but I don't really feel the need now because I use ChatGPT so much to help with everything. And now, before I go to the more juicier questions, I wanted to answer a common question I get a lot. How can digital nomads start a business or manage their company remotely? And one of the best ways to do this is to open a company completely online in Singapore or Hong Kong with the sponsor of this video, Osome. This is perfect if you are building business around the world and living abroad. Osome helps you to incorporate in Singapore or Hong Kong, which are not only super tax friendly, but also gives your business global credibility. We're talking low corporate taxes, no capital gains tax, and access to Stripe, PayPal, and international banks. And the best part, Osome handles everything. Company setup, accounting, tax filing, so you can focus on growing your business while they take care of all the boring admin stuff. Thousands of nomads and creators already use them, and right now you can get free incorporation and 16% off any Osome services by using my link down below, so definitely check it out. And now to the question that I get so much still on my YouTube comments, and that's what happened to the girl that was in my videos back in the day. So yeah, obviously we broke up some time ago. It's been a while, but something I wanted to talk about this is that if you're coming to Southeast Asia, you want to date the locals, or you want to find your future wife, there's so many amazing people here, so you can definitely find really good partners here. But what I would definitely recommend is to learn the culture and the mindset of the locals a little bit before you start dating, to make sure that you build a good foundation for your relationship, because the dating culture and the mindset in the West is quite different than here, and many of the things that I learned back at home are very counterproductive here. You might find a perfect girl here, but then you kinda make the relationship a bit complicated in the beginning because two mindsets that are just too different, and you end up just like crashing a little bit in that way. It's a different culture here. I would definitely say at this point that I actually like the culture here better than back home, like so much better. And the next question is, have you ever had any food poisoning or dengue fever during my time in Southeast Asia? It's a great place to live, but these are deal breakers for many people. So yeah, that's the question, and the answer is that I definitely have my fair share of food poisonings. Only in Bali, by the way. Like in the other countries, I haven't had big issues ever, but yeah, even here I learned ways to avoid it pretty well, like what to do when you have some problems, and also like what to avoid to never get food poisoning in the first place. And I never get dengue actually, but I got chikungunya, which is similar disease from the mosquitoes once. So yeah, for the food poisonings, there's many things to recommend. I'll go more deep into this in my Bali guide and in the school community, but basically, what I would definitely recommend is to get typhoid vaccine before you come. It really helps to not get salmonella, like really bad food poisoning. I just had a friend who had that, and it was pretty bad. He would need to go to hospital and all that. So definitely get that vaccine. And just if you are like more sensitive in your stomach, you might have more problems, but there's many things you can do to avoid food poisonings as well as you can. And most people, what I see, it's not a problem. Like often people get something first when they come, like once and then never again. And yeah, for the chikungunya and dengue, just be careful with mosquitoes, like always. Like you get it from tiger mosquitoes, so that's only during the day. So during the night you don't need to worry about getting these diseases. But yeah, during the day, just like always make sure if you're in a place that there's mosquitoes, use mosquito spray. Basically, the locals say that you can only get these diseases if your body is weak. And when I got chikungunya, I got it after I got some other health issues, and then I got it in Uluwatu. And yeah, there was many mosquitoes, so I wasn't super careful. And I would definitely focus on this because both of these diseases quite bad. So I would say that most people, it's really not deal breaker, these things, especially if you know what to do and how to avoid these things. But definitely like it's one additional risk of living here. So yeah, I would look into it, but not be too worried about it. And the next few questions is about YouTube. So when were you first able to monetize your channel, and what's your income at 10k subs versus where you are at today? So yeah, I was able to monetize after like less than 2 months basically. I started first month I was filming in Tenerife in Spain, and then I moved to Bali. And yeah, pretty soon after I moved to Bali, within a month, I got monetized on YouTube. But of course the income from AdSense is really low in the beginning, like not really much. Wasn't living out of that for sure the first few years. And when it comes to the income at 10k subs versus where am I today with like 70k subs, at 10k, I was basically still making only like $300 from AdSense on YouTube, but at that point, I started to get some sponsorships more regularly and making some money on my Bali guide back then and stuff like that. So I was making some money, but not like super great, maybe like total $1,000 to $2,000 per month, but it was not super regular income back then. It was like going up and down. And comparing that now to 70k subscribers, it's been basically on average 10k per month. You can watch my full video about my income breakdown. But yeah, I would say that when I got like 20k subscribers, the income became more consistent, like being like at least like $3,000 to $6,000 per month. And then after that, it started to be very consistently grow up little bit. It's definitely worth it if you want to do this kind of business. It will be slow for a long time. Just don't quit. Keep learning, getting better and learning new things, and like it will eventually get to the exponential point. At least that's my experience, and that's most big YouTubers say, but many people just quit way too early. And the next question is, again, I get so many questions about this, like how do you deal with friendships, relationships when changing places often? I already touched on this a lot, but yeah, this is why I created the school community, the Nomad tribe. One of the reasons I wanted to build a place where people can connect more like long term, like bringing a lot of like-minded people together, and it's been great. The feedback has been amazing, like people basically having a really good experience. First of all, like from all the videos, like having more like they know how everything works here when they're moving here for the first time, feeling way more comfortable, and also just meeting like-minded people. It has been amazing in the calls and in the meetups and people just meeting up on their own. It's really important to focus on the more deep connections with like-minded people, because here you can so easily meet so many people that it can become a problem, like it did for me in the beginning, that I was just meeting too many people all the time and I felt lonely at the same time as I felt like I didn't have enough alone time. It was a weird feeling. I heard other people also having the same experience. And the next question is, if you started today as 0 followers, what would you do? Focus on to start earning ASAP. So yeah, basically I would start YouTube long form content and focus on a good niche, bringing people together, making the community for that. I think that's the #1 way. And like, yeah, if you want to start earning ASAP, community is the best way, but I wouldn't chase views and like too much. As I said earlier, it's not good long term if you want to actually make this long term business for you, not just like trying to make some quick money as soon as possible. It's usually not the best way to go about it. And that's why I recommended earlier to have some kind of income stream from a remote job or something like that in the beginning, so you can build a good foundation for your channel and business to make money, not just right now, but also long term. But yeah, the next question is, how do you buy a property abroad as a nomad base, and which country is best to do that? So yeah, it's a bit tricky here, because when you're buying property, you don't own the land, it's leasehold. So as an investment, it might not be the best thing ever if you just buy one property, and there can be a lot of problems when it's like rainy season, and there can even be earthquakes and all that. The quality of build is generally also not the best here. So I would say that yeah, if you want your own home and you have enough money for that, why not to buy it? And there's a lot of agencies, for example in Bali, you can buy pretty easily if you just have the cash. You can have a loan here, but if you have cash to buy, it's pretty easy. You can open your own business also here in Bali, for example, if you want to rent it sometimes to other people. You need a business for that. And yeah, the best place to do this definitely where you want to live yourself, like in Bali or Koh Samui or wherever you want to live. Yeah, it can be pretty good. It's not like, in my experience and my opinion, there's not one place that would be like incredible, like such opportunity. Like, I mean, there can be some places like Lombok, for example, that can be still really good opportunity to build something or buy something at this moment, but generally, like, if you don't want to live there, then it doesn't make sense. But yeah, anyway, I would say that in most situations it's better to just rent. It's more safe and like less risk to just rent. There's many good places usually. In some situations, if you want to actually live long term in a place that is hard to find something that you want as rental, it can be good to buy, but of course a lot of like headaches and like problems comes out of owning a property. There's so many problems always in Bali and Southeast Asia with the buildings. So yeah, now when I have a problem, I just text the owner or the staff like, hey, this is broken, can you fix it? They will find someone to fix it, and like you don't need to worry about too much. But if you own, there's a lot of risk, there's so problems you need to solve. So it's, yeah, if you don't want to spend too much time on that, it's better to rent. But of course, it can be a good business opportunity to build something, have some kind of business around it. And I'm looking into that the next few years, possibly to find some kind of way to make my own villa complex or like a kind of like hotel guest house combination, something like that for nomads. That's kind of my dream, to build something like that, like a good place for all of us to live, like better than anything existing. So hopefully I can do that with some kind of good partnership with people who actually know how to build good places here. So yeah, I have met a lot of people who have built retreat centers, guest houses, and places like that. Has been really good investment. Like for example, one place I used to live, like the owners told me that he made the money, he invested back in 2 years, and then just everything is extra income. So there's many situations that people make good money with that. And the next question is, how old was I when I moved to Bali? And the answer is, I was 25 years old. I'm 29 now. So yeah, I was already almost finished with my master's in uni back in Finland when I moved here and dropped out and all that. So yeah, I wasn't super young. I think it's pretty usual age to move here, like in your 20s. Like most people who I meet, they're in 20s or 30s. But yeah, I also have met some really young guys, like 19-year-olds and people like that. So there's any age of people who move here, even older people. So any age is the right time. Especially in Bali, everybody kind of have friends all kind of ages, so it's something to not really worry about. So that's all for this video. Hope to see you inside the school community. Please like the video and subscribe, and see you next week.